What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Like, share, subscribe, comment, IG, TikTok, bottom of the video, and we're just gonna hop right into it. So today, we back in the original location, so my camera quality won't look like I'm shooting off a cereal box. But today we'll be talking about Stefon Diggs. So Stefon Diggs was proven innocent, and he beat his charges. If you didn't know, so we're just gonna hop right into it. So if you were unfamiliar with what charges Stefon Diggs had. Stefon Diggs was being accused by a chef that worked for him at the time by strangulation or suffocation, and another misdemeanor that could have had him more than 100 days incarcerated. Yeah, let's get into it. So everybody probably, seen clips and videos of this, so we'll be going through a lot of those here. Like I said, this was all over assault that she was accusing him of. So we can give you multiple accounts of the assault, at least from the prosecutor and the victim herself, the alleged victim herself.
So
you had some previous texts in the morning.
Yes.
So you're in the bedroom. What happens next?
I was in the bedroom. Mr. Diggs came into my room. I was laying across the bed. He came into my room.
When you were in the bedroom, was the door closed?
Yes, the door was closed.
So when he came in, did he open the door?
Yes, he opened the door.
Did he leave it open after him?
No, he closed the door behind him.
And you said you were on the bed?
Yes, I was laying across the bed. He came in and he with intent to hurt me.
No. What? Not his intent or anything. What actually happened?
He was leaning against the dresser. He asked me to get up to come here. I got up off the bed and I came across to him and I stood in front of him, like I stood on the side of him. He was leaning back. I stood on the side of him. And he was like, what was all that shit you was talking?
And then what happened?
And I was beginning to say, you said, and I couldn't finish my statement, and he smacked me.
So when you say he smacked you...
He smacked me with an open hand.
Do you know which hand he used?
Right hand, right side of my face.
Do you know which part of your face got hit?
I went to try to, block him, push him like this, stop.
So again, I see you're pushing your hands out.
I pushed up. He's way taller than me. I pushed up for him.
How tall are you?
4'11", 5 feet.
And how tall is he? Do you know?
6 feet, 6'1".
So you said you pushed out and you made a motion with your hands. So does that mean you pushed with your hands?
Yes.
Around what, like his stomach, his chest, his shoulders?
Up to block his hands.
Okay. And then what happened?
And then he... Can I have a second?
Yes, you can.
When I went up to push his hand, block him, block him, he took his arm and he came around my neck with the grip of his elbow around my neck, and he began to choke me, pressure on my neck with his elbow.
So you said you pushed against him and then he put his arm around your neck?
Yes.
Do you know, were you facing away from him?
I was facing him.
You were facing him, he put his arm around your neck?
Yes, he spun me around.
He spun you around?
Yeah, I will have to show you more so than I can describe it.
Describe it as best you can.
I was standing in front of him. When he slapped me, I went to try to hit him back like this. And then it was like he tackled me. Got me to try to keep from pushing him or protecting myself. And he put his arm around my neck like this, and he's choking me.
So you ended up in a position where his forearm or bicep was around your neck.
Yes.
And you said he choked you. What exactly, did he put pressure on your neck?
Yes, he put pressure on me.
And were you able to breathe?
At first, and it kept getting tighter. tighter.
So, were you able to breathe?
No.
About how long were you in this position?
I would say roughly I can't recall the amount of time. I just know it went from the edge where we were in front of the dresser to the side of the bed to him falling on top of me on the bed.
So about how far of a distance is that?
About maybe 4 or 5 feet, something like that, 5, 6 feet.
At some point, did he let you go?
Yeah, he let me go. When we got to the side of the bed, I was pushing back. I started to do a move that I saw off of social media. He said to me, that shit is not going to work.
So you said you tried to do
There
a
was
move.
a defensive move where you try to put your hands underneath the person that's trying to choke you. It's like something I saw on a women defensive page or something. And he said that shit you see on Instagram is not going to work. And that's when he got tighter. Like, the more I was trying to put his hand, he got tighter.
And then what happened?
And then I was pushing back. And then he, like, fell down on top of me on the bed because I was on the side of the bed. And it was like, he was, like, letting me, like, I guess he was about to let me go. But as he was getting up, he, like, pulled my hair. And he was like, yeah, I thought so.
And then what happened?
He got up off of me, off the bed behind me, and he walked around the bed. I told him I still have...
You know, you had, we'll just say the defense. The defense was that the strangulation never happened and that there were 6 people in the house with them and no one heard or saw anything.
Good afternoon, again, ladies and gentlemen. The assault the Commonwealth just described in their opening statement in only a few sentences. It never happened. Did not happen. There was no strangulation. There was no assault. There was no incident on December 2nd or any other day. There were 6 people in Mr. Diggs' home on December 2nd, and not one heard or saw anything out of the ordinary. The Commonwealth has no physical evidence. There are no medical records. There are no photos or videos showing any injuries. There are videos showing no injuries at all. Pay attention to where those came from.
So, where this case got extremely funny at is because Chef Mila, who was the alleged victim, got on the stand and absolutely made a damn fool of herself, if we are being honest. This would be kind of in order because she was on the stand for 2 days, and one day you'll see her in like a white, I don't even know how to describe it, it's not a blazer, like this white jacket, and then you see her in a black turtleneck and a gray cardigan. This one you should have knew she was on bullshit. That black turtleneck and gray cardigan, and you understand, it just shows you on bullshit. We should have knew that. But one party got iffy. She admitted that she gave him a birthday gift after the alleged strangulation before she left the house. So that's fishy.
And I was leaving out by the time I saw him. I was handing over birthday gifts that I had got.
So when you said you're handing out birthday gifts, who were you handing out birthday gifts?
To him.
This is a gift that you had already purchased, or?
Yes, I normally give him a birthday gift every year.
When's his birthday?
November 28th.
Okay, so this was a little bit afterwards?
Yeah.
During this, I hate to say it like this, but during this case, there was a lot of times you can say that she was acting and things of that sort, because she gets on the stand and also says that she didn't include everything in her police report because she was ashamed and didn't want to include her actual relationship with Stefon Diggs. As we all know, he's publicly dating Cardi B. I'm not going to say who that sounds like, but...
They discussed money and payment.
Ms. Adams, you just testified under oath about what happened on December 2nd.
Okay, I also didn't put in the police report our sexual relationship because I was ashamed. The police report got leaked. I didn't put a lot of things. The most important thing was the attack in the police report. Me reporting anything outside of why he got upset, I didn't feel the need to put it. I was scared of how it was received by the public. He's in a very public relationship with Cardi B. So I did not put a lot of things in the police report. My most important thing was him assaulting me and choking me and stuff.
Yeah, we can really get into the second day and the other people getting on the stand. So before we get to the other people getting on the stand, well, this sounds crazy because she already, her energy and things of that sort. She was saying a lot of times that, she didn't understand the question. That was kind of her lie to, to try to get out of answering some questions. But, I would think, if you were in the court of law, you would say you're going to plead the fifth. But she kept saying she didn't understand the question, and, that was messing up her testimony completely.
When you told Steph's girlfriend on January 1st, 2026...
I don't understand the question. I'm sorry. So
I haven't
wanna
finished my
answer it.
question. When you told Steph's girlfriend on January 1st, 2026, in a written text message, I didn't say that, you were referring to the statements that were reported in the press that you gave to the Dedham Police Department, correct?
I don't understand your question.
Did you or did you not write those words?
I don't understand your question. Without further explaining.
You can't testify under oath to this jury what you meant by the words you wrote to Steph's girlfriend on January 1st, 2026?
I'm sorry, I don't understand your question without further explaining.
Then at some point, the court had went on a recess, and the judge had basically told her if she keep, with this, I don't understand the question, and basically how she's acting, they were going to strike her entire testimony.
Responsible for answering questions that are put to you. If you don't understand a question, you can say that, and I'm sure counsel will rephrase. If you can't hear a question, tell them that as well. But courtrooms function and especially trials, unfold in a question and answer format. This is not an opportunity for you to interject your own narrative and evade responding to questions the court deems appropriate. And if you continue to do so, your entire testimony may be stricken. Am I clear?
Yes.
With this case, basically, her testimony was everything. It was basically he said versus she said. So if she didn't get up there and perform well when the prosecution was asking her questions, or in the defense, she didn't fold when the defense was asking her questions, this was never going to. Because it was all based on her. There was really no other evidence to this. There were receipts showing that at one point he wired her $4,000 for her services, and she, this whole time she's saying that she never got paid.
And it turned out, Ms. Adams, you had gotten paid for 2 of the 3 weeks that you said you hadn't gotten paid for, right?
This is missing a whole lot of stuff.
The yes or no question.
I can't answer your question correctly without the proper evidence.
Your Honor, may I approach? Do you recognize this document as text exchanges between you and Sunny?
Yes.
Dated December 9, 2025?
Yes.
And you're the person in the bubbles on the left?
Yes.
And you write to Sunny, hey, so I looked over my transfers, payment history, and they sent payments, 11/7 and 11/21, totaling $4,000. See that?
Yes.
So you knew that you had actually been paid for 2 of those 3 weeks that you tried to get paid for again, right?
What's your name? I never got your name.
Did you know
I
that
don't
you
know.
had
I
been
was trying to
paid?
address you by your name because I'm not this. I don't know. I can't answer that question correctly.
You knew on December 9th that you had been paid for 2 of the 3 weeks you said you hadn't been paid for, didn't you?
I don't understand the question.
You just acknowledged you wrote it to Sunny.
I was supposed to be paid for the week I was sent home.
Okay.
So I sent the incorrect amount because I didn't know he wasn't paying me for that week.
Right, so you sought $6,000 instead of $2,000.
My calculations was
And so that last week, that was a week you didn't work, right?
Because I was sent home.
Right. So you weren't in the kitchen cooking.
Mr. Diggs sent me home because he had girls at the
Ma'am,
house.
whatever you're going to
I
add
should
is
be
not
paid.
responsive, Your Honor.
Yes. You understand the question you're being asked?
I don't understand.
Her question. Answer Attorney Steele's question. All right?
Also, that she also got up there and they proved that she was deleting text messages, calling Stefon Diggs a p word and say that she's going to ruin his life.
Is there a difference between the text messages that you provided to the Dedham police and the text messages that are here?
Yes.
And what is that difference?
I deleted bet and pussy. And I'm ruining that bitch life. Not mistaken. Yeah.
And why did you delete those phrases when you provided those text messages to the Dedham police?
Because when I was abused in my previous relationship, when I would say things,
The objection is sustained.
he would.
The objection is sustained. There's no question there. Again, the jurors will disregard it. Sidebar.
So then they had some of his employees get on stand. You had a chief of staff say that after the strangulation, she didn't have any marks, and she was looking for a paper to give Stefon Diggs a birthday card, basically confirming her story about her giving him a present earlier.
Did you observe anything on her face?
No,
Anything on her neck?
no,
Did you see any redness or swelling?
no,
Was she crying at all?
no.
What was she doing?
She was walking around looking for a piece of a paper and a pen to write a card, write a note to him for his birthday gift.
When you say to him, is that to me?
Then Stefon's massage therapist says that she seemed fine after alleged strangulation and she had no marks.
Those 2 times.
She seemed to be okay. It's nothing that I wasn't used to seeing in the past.
So she looked to your eyes the same as she had in
the
time
past.
you saw her?
Yes.
Okay. Did you see any marks on her face?
Not that I recall, no.
Did you see any marks on her neck?
No, she had a black jacket on, so I don't think I could see her neck, but I didn't see anything on her face at the time.
She said she saw the chef Mila in a towel the morning after the alleged strangulation. She said there was no marks or bruises. She said the same thing.
Did you actually see Ms. Adams without clothes on as you were getting dressed?
With a towel on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you observe any bruising, redness on
No.
her neck or chest?
No,
Did you observe anything on her face?
no.
I'm going to ask Ms. Silva.
She also testified that the chef Mila told her that she was going to sue Stefon Diggs, take it to the blogs, and make him pay. We see how that went.
When she came downstairs, was there anybody else downstairs?
No, just me and her.
And what did she tell you when she came downstairs?
She asked me if he was annoyed. But
She asked you if,
he seemed, yeah, if he was annoyed.
and that's Mr. Diggs?
Yeah.
Did she tell you she was going to do anything?
Yeah, she was trying to antagonize him while she was on the couch, like trying to get beneath his skin, and she was
Sustained.
okay.
So let me ask you this way. Did she indicate when she came downstairs that she was going to do anything? Did she tell you she was going to take any action?
Yeah, she said she was gonna sue him
For what?
for the money that he owes her, and like she gonna take it to the blog. She gonna
Take it to the block?
blogs.
Got it.
Yeah. It was like an hour-long conversation, so it was a lot. So.
Let me start with
Oh, sorry.
So, do you remember her saying that she was going to make him pay?
Yeah.
At some point, she did admit that Stefon Diggs offered her $100,000 to recant her statement. Stefon's lawyer, the defense, was like 3 weeks ago. Your lawyer demanded $5.5 million for Stefon Diggs, didn't you? She goes, Mr. Diggs offered me $100K to recant my statement. Court immediately goes to sidebar.
3 weeks ago, your lawyer demanded $5.5 million from Mr. Diggs, didn't he?
Mr. Diggs offered me $100,000
Ma'am?
to recant my statement.
That is a yes.
That is the
Your Honor,
only.
Maybe be heard at sidebar, please. Objection moved and strike.
So there was also proof that she sent a DM to one of Stefon Diggs' baby mama's friends, claiming the chef was telling her business. This led to her being confronted by Diggs and another female employee who she alleged was also sleeping with him. Now that part I do believe, because basically when you see this whole case play out, they was kind of arguing over dick. Now Stefon is wild because Stefon was fucking a lot of bitches around him. Like I mean a lot. I'm not, you know, when you a man of money and shit like that, I guess, but it's a lot of bitches to keep up with. Not even gonna lie to you. And then there was this video that was also put out of showing her dancing after she had allegedly been attacked. So, you know, it just doesn't seem like, you know, this is a victim, things of that sort. So when they first announced it, I didn't know what to think of it because Stefon Diggs have been involved in so much wild stuff this year that it was very hard to be like, nah, he ain't do that. It was just like he's been on the road this year. Like you can't even. It was kind of hard not to be like, well, maybe he didn't do it, but yeah, but with all this evidence, I think he really didn't do it. It just seemed like she was trying to get a bag. I can't believe that this got all the way to this point with how she's acting, things of that sort, and all this evidence that's going against her. I know some of these are his employees and things of that sort, but I just can't. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it got this far now with everything we've been presented. But after this, she released some things on social media. She said she posted, "Some people pray, you stay silent. Some even try to put that silence in writing. I went to trial, I took the stand, I told my truth. I was exhausted emotionally, physically, spiritually. I didn't want to keep going, but I knew I had to. This process showed me how quickly a woman can be questioned, judged, doubted, and broken down for speaking up. It showed me how hard it is to stand against someone with power, fame, money, and protection around him. I refused to be silenced. He tried to make me sign my NDA. He offered me $100K to recant my statement, and no amount of money would make me lie. After everything I experienced and witnessed, especially in that house, I refused. I would always refuse to sign away my voice. The verdict hurt, but what cut deeper was hearing events described in ways I know were not true, and realizing how little the system did to protect me, prepare me, or treat me like I mattered. A verdict does not erase what happened to me. Not guilty does not mean I lied. Not guilty does not mean I am broken. Not guilty does not mean I will disappear. I know what I lived through. He knows what happened, and the people who know him know the truth too." I'm not gonna lie. I'm not finna keep reading these text messages because they not proving a dang thing. In all honesty. Like, she posted some text messages to Zena. I'll read the caption. But they're honestly not proving really anything about the case. They just mad. It's mad. His manipulation didn't work on me. Zia, you had an exit performance. He came through. She was one of the women that got on stand. She came through to get me to when he was supposed not to. Just no honesty. You know I didn't say those things, dude. I was not okay when I agreed to meet. I wanted to understand the why. Biggest regret. Instead, he says $100K for a statement. His agent, Adisa, wrote and sent it to you. Wanted me to recant my statement, to lie and say it didn't happen. If I did show up to court, I would have been a liar. I showed up and told my truth and still planning to be a liar. It was never about the money yet. Before every court day, his team came calling with scare tactics. From day one, they made false statements. This was about finally standing up for myself. I have stayed quiet long enough. I'm not revengeful, but enough. I did not lie. He knows what he did. Zia, you know what he did. Y'all all know what he did. So I just say this. Text message was pointless because they didn't prove anything about a strangulation. It just sounds like, I don't know. She said she's trying to, like she said, a scorn woman. I guess she's trying to disprove that, but that didn't help. It just made it worse. That just sounds like y'all are arguing like somebody who's having you know, a sexual relationship together. That's all those text messages prove. Those text messages never prove that she actually abused you and strangled you. That's what the whole case is about. The case is about that. So if y'all was in a message talking about why'd you do that, okay, yeah. But the fact is the message is just like y'all beefing. That doesn't help. So it's really not much more to say. My man Stefon really beat it, and she made a fool of herself. But that's what all I gotta say though. Like, share, subscribe, comment, IG, TikTok, bottom of the video, and we out.